Emma was very strong-willed. She was boisterous and loud. Emma loved to play with her brother and her sister, and she never quit. She was just go, go, go all the time.
She was always a handful. She was always outgoing. She was born 6.5 weeks early, so she was always wanting to do things her way.
Emma was about 3.5 years old when she first started showing signs of not feeling well.
We started noticing a lot of bruising. Her gums were getting whiter. Problem with her shoulder, her left shoulder, that we had actually taken her to the ER for. After she was diagnosed, we found out that that was one of the symptoms of leukemia because of her spleen being swollen. It was pushing on nerves and it shot up to her shoulder.
She was really tired all the time too, which wasn't normal for her. Normally we couldn't get her to take a nap. She would put herself to bed.
Never really said anything about hurting or her stomach hurting or anything bothering her.
When Emma first started feeling sick, we took her to urgent care a few times and didn't really get very many answers. It was December 14th, 2009. We had a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old and a 5-month-old. 3 kids in diapers was tough. Just on a whim, I was on my way to work one day and I just decided to turn the car around and I went and picked her up from her daycare. By 7 o'clock that night, we were getting a phone call from the pediatrician telling us to get to the hospital immediately.
When I got to the hospital with Emma, you hope for the best, but you kind of start to think about the worst things.
I thought maybe she was anemic, because of the pale skin and the bruising. Cancer wasn't even a thought. I remember getting a phone call about 10 o'clock at night from Steve saying, "You really need to get to the hospital now." They said it's leukemia. They diagnosed her specific cancer with low risk ALL. At the time, I believe her blood had 30% cancer cells in it. And within 24 hours, they had Emma airlifted to Oakland Children's Hospital. It was just amazing how fast they work.
We'd spent the next, 3 weeks in Oakland getting treatments and learning about the blood cancer, and LLS came in, they talked to us and let us know, that everything was going to be all right.
We were very fortunate. Emma's cancer at the time had a 90% survival rate. That's all I could cling to. Once I heard that news, that was the only thought that was going to enter her mind. I think for the most part she kept a positive attitude, but there was times that she was deprived of doing things. A lot of her energy turned to art. She would draw. It was really her only way of expressing herself and explaining how she felt. She couldn't see her brother and sister. There was a lot of, to her it was scary people coming in and out of the rooms.
What helped me to feel better was these 5 strings of necklaces. Each little bead represents every poke I got in my arm. In my arm are my port. And the big ones represent lumbar punctures, blood transfusions, and surgeries. These 5 necklaces were put together through my 2 years of treatment.
On January the 26th, she's going to be 5 years removed from cancer. So her treatments stopped, and 5 years later, you wouldn't know that she'd ever had anything wrong with her. You wouldn't even know that she had a cold. She is just so healthy now.
When you first get that diagnosis, you don't know what anything means. I know the people at LLS were very supportive. It was just nice to have somebody to talk to.
And to be on the journey with Emma, to be Girl of the Year for 2017, she wants to help everybody else. She wants to let kids know that it's okay, and they're making strides to beat cancer.
To never lose hope and never let anyone tell you that you can't make it.
We can beat anything together if we stand together, find all the cures for everything. We appreciate what they've done, and we hope to contribute to that.
Thank you, LLS, for raising money to cure cancer.